shit a lot. Even to stay
What
forgetting.
you read, I don't recall.
But it's on paper what she said, but she don't remember saying
Oh,
it.
oh, okay. I see. I see. Now,
On to the next.
you did testify and told us earlier that prior to coming in and giving testimony to the jury, you and the government went over these questions that they put to you
She's
at
saying
least
ask
three
it different. That's
times.
what that means. The
Objection.
form.
Sustain as to form.
You and the government went over the questions they put to you. Am I correct?
Bitch.
Yes.
More
Bitch.
than once,
Yes.
more than twice.
I'm not sure. It was more
Period.
than
You right.
twice.
Now, I think
But
you
if you telling the
testified
truth, they
yesterday
can't
as
tell you
well that
apart.
there came a point in time that you started after you sued Robert
Let's
and
talk
got a
about it.
settlement that you gave money back.
Word to
Do you remember
cream.
telling us that?
Yes.
And I think you told us that you did that because you felt bad about what was happening, what you guys have been going through.
Yes.
Okay, but you sued him 3 other times. Am I correct?
That's incorrect.
2 other times.
That's correct.
And after the first lawsuit, how much time elapsed before you sued him the second time?
A few months.
And that was the only other time you sued him?
No, it wasn't.
That was another time, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how much time elapsed from the second time to the next time?
3 years.
But you felt bad about what you were going through, am I correct?
That's correct.
And now you also testified and told the jury that even after the lawsuit, you wanted to continue
Period.
to be his friend.
That's correct.
In
Listen to that.
fact, you wanted to get back with him according to you.
That's correct.
In fact, according to you,
Dumbass
you wanted
bitch.
to get the
This after the
relationship back
1.5
in
million.
gear again.
That's correct.
Now, when you were hoping to get the relationship back in gear again,
Oh
was
shit, the AirPod died. My bad, y'all. I'm coming.
after the first lawsuit, but before the second one?
Yes.
And when you sued him the second time, were you still hopeful after the second time to get the relationship jump started again?
Yes.
Fuck.
In fact, as you sit
He
here
tried her
today, you
ass.
still
He
hopeful
tried her
of getting the
ass.
relationship with him. Am I correct?
That's incorrect.
When did you stop hoping and wanting to get a relationship with him?
I'm not sure of the date.
Was it in 2017,
It was before then.
2016?
It was before then. I'm just not sure of the
Queen.
year.
Okay. So I asked you this morning about the time that you went to Mr. Kelly's house for a party and whether or not you encountered security. Do you remember me asking you that?
Yes.
And you told us that basically what you did is that you called Bubba. He met you and just escorted you through. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Well, again, you had interviews with the government where you
Oh shit.
discussed
I
these
ain't heard this
details.
part
Am I
yet,
correct?
y'all. Look like he finna set up in another lie.
Yes.
And do you recall, or isn't it a fact, that you told the government on February 27, 2009, in that same interview that was just
Fuck,
referenced,
bitch. Get your
that when
story
you
together,
arrived at
bitch.
Kelly's front gate, security asked for your names? That's what you told the government on that date. Am I correct?
Yes.
So you didn't tell them that when you got to the gate and you had already called Bubba and Bubba came and met you, you didn't tell him that, right?
I don't recall.
But you now admit that you were encountered by security. They stopped you. Am I correct?
It wasn't like actual security that stopped us.
I'm just confused. Is Bubba security?
No.
Oh, is this somebody else?
Yes.
Cause that bitch like she got the
Bubba,
judge
he
question.
plays the
Oh my
security role.
god. Bitch, what
I'm
the fuck
sorry.
is you
I'm
saying?
just trying to clarify.
Bubba owns a tattoo parlor. Am I correct?
Yeah, so
That's
yes.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, let me give y'all a
Bubba
little
is
backtrack. So in the direct examination, she explained like, oh, I wasn't the first time I was going, me and Dominique or me and the other girl, not Dominique, it was another girl. Man, we was chilling. She wanted a tattoo, and Bubba, she already knew Bubba. Obviously, Bubba hit me up and said he'll do the tattoo. So we was on the way to Bubba tattoo parlor, and then he said come to Rkelly house as a party. And then when they got to Rkelly house, Bubba let him in. You feel what I'm saying? You see how she got this whole deal with Bubba, and then Bubba is how she got to Rkelly. Now they trying to, they eject it because they cannot talk about any other sexual relationships Deronda Pace may have had. So they tried to put it in there, but they really can't talk about it. So it was ejected and sustained. So they couldn't really ask questions about her and Bubba fucking. But y'all know what they trying to say. But y'all see where they going, asking her these questions and setting up this gen about Bubba. I just want y'all to know like why they asking those specific questions. Okay.
and of Robert Kelly. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You are telling this jury under oath that Bubba's part of security.
Yes, Bubba is part of his security team.
Okay, now, so when you told the jury earlier this morning that you had an encounter with security, what you are telling us is that because Bubba, who, according to you, is part of the security, but you don't view him as security. So it was fair for you to say that you had an encounter with security.
Objection.
Sustain.
I confused myself with that one, Judge. Now, when you told the jury this morning that you did not have an encounter with security, you meant that because you had Bubba who was part of security come get you.
That's correct.
Now tell the jury why. Tell the jury why. When you were interviewed by the government, you told them that security came, that security stopped you and asked for your name.
I don't recall.
But Bubba's supposed to know her name, right?
Ooh, talk your talk, Candy.
Okay. Now, I'm not asking you if you recall anything. I'm asking you to explain something. Why? If Bubba was part of the security and you did not view him as security, why would you tell the government in that meeting that when you arrived at the front gate, security asked you for your name?
Miss Geddes.
Come on, girl.
Geddes? Is she around? When did this happen?
The document or the 30 occasions.
The 30 occasions.
About.
Go ahead. Does that refreshen your memory?
It does not.
When you say, now, yes or no? Are you familiar? May we have a brief sidebar?
Sure.
I'm almost done. So in this interview, this post interview of the polygraph, because I don't want to be in an argument that by asking of the name of polygrapher that I'm opening the door to the polygraph.
I think you ask her if this refreshes her memory, but whether she said this, and then she said it doesn't. It doesn't. I think it matters to whom she said it.
Okay.
I think that's probably Is something before any of this happened? Hmm.
After?
This is
Mm-hmm.
after the lawsuit is settled and referring to.
Mm.
I see.
She's still
Mm-hmm.
stalking. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Mm. I'm not accepting
Come
that
on, stalking like a
characterization,
motherfucking.
but I understand
Okay? Riding by this house over
what you're
30
saying.
times, bitch.
Okay.
He's
Now,
a stalker. Stalker 30 times go by somebody's house. Dang.
okay.
Stalker.
All right. Now I'm back to that. Okay. Now, do you remember having a video recording done as you waited out by Robert's home?
I do.
Do you remember when it was that you were waiting outside of his home?
I do not.
Were you waiting alone?
I'm not sure.
What were
Mm.
you waiting in? Were you just standing around waiting, or were you in a car?
A car?
How old were you?
I don't recall.
Was this before January 10th, 2010?
I'm not sure.
Let me show you a document and see if it refreshes your recollection. May I approach the witness?
Sure, yes.
Okay, now if you look at the bottom portion underlined in red, see if it refreshes your recollection as to whether or not this was before or after your initial lawsuit.
I'm not sure.
What page are you showing her?
54.
Reading that doesn't look familiar.
When you were waiting out by Rob's house, you were in a vehicle, were you not?
Objection.
I think you have to
We
refer
gonna make
her
a
to.
recall.
My
Mm.
recollection is the
They can't
witness
bring up
said
that lie
she
detector
didn't
test she
recall
took.
that.
I'm going to get to that.
Let's do it with a proper question.
You testified earlier that you recall making a video recording as you sat in front of Rob's house. Is that correct?
That's correct.
When you sat in front of Rob's house, how long was it that you was
Mm.
there?
I'm not sure.
Was it hours?
Mm.
I'm not sure
Mm.
how long it was.
Yes.
Was it more than 5
Mm.
minutes?
Come
I'm
on,
not
you a
sure.
stalker, bitch.
Were you waiting? What were you waiting for?
I don't know.
Oh my
And just sat
gosh.
there. Come on.
You
Wow.
drove from somewhere to go to his home. Am I correct?
That's correct.
You parked your car in front of his home. Am I correct?
That's correct.
And you
And
don't know
you
why.
and you wait there.
That's
Am I
crazy.
correct?
That's correct.
And you're telling this jury that you did that. You took these steps, but you don't know why?
It was, yes. That's what I'm telling you.
No.
Did you have an occasion
Overruled.
where you would leave your home and go and park in front of anyone else's house and sit there?
Objection.
Yes.
I haven't ruled on the objection. Sustain.
Now, when you sat there, you were concerned as to whether or not Rob had moved. Am I correct?
I don't recall.
You don't recall as you sat there telling the other person that you wondered whether or not he had moved?
I do not recall.
You don't recall telling the other person that you had been sitting there for a
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm
while and
talking about.
hadn't seen him?
I don't recall.
You don't recall telling the other person.
Objection.
Overrule.
I should just walk up to him. You're Rob. You're Robert Kelly. I'm hoping his manager is not around. His manager will get in the way.
Did you show her this already and ask her if she
I'm saying, like, I'm
recalled
tired of this bitch. She can't even
exactly
answer
when
the
you went?
question.
Do
They
you
just
want to
had a
refresh her
sidebar
recollection?
about it. She
See if
just changed her
it
mind.
refreshes her
That's why this shit taking so long.
Hey, this
Oh
a
my
this is
God,
a
the
whole.
judge is
Hey,
even
Excuse me, Chef,
turning.
if Links is
this
back.
ain't Lifetime. This a
Oh,
whole
Jesus.
different ball game. It's a whole different ball game in that courtroom. Sure, Your Honor. To the bottom portion.
I don't recall this.
Just 1 second, Your Honor. I'm looking to see if there's anything further.
Mm, mm, mm.
It ain't. It
Mm.
ain't.
I'm
That
sorry.
shit
I'm
crazy.
sorry, guys. I'm sure.
That's okay.
This ain't what the news media been telling
Oh
y'all.
my God, y'all. I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry. Oh,
You testified to us earlier. You do in fact recall driving from some place and sitting in front of his home. Do you remember how many times you actually did that?
I do not recall.
But you recall doing it.
I recall at least once. Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
okay. Are you
I got
ready
one
to
more thing
redirect?
to ask this hoe.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just 2 questions, Your Honor.
You already said you're done. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
In your book, you testify you
Mm,
didn't embellish anything
mm.
when you wrote the book about your experience in connection with these facts that you told us about.
Objection.
Sus-
Did you
I mean,
testify?
overruled.
Look, she coming in to help him. Like, did you testify that you didn't make anything up in this book that you wrote?
Yes.
Go ahead.
In the book, you wrote that during that trial that you sat through in 2008, that Rob blew kisses at you, correct?
That's correct.
Did that happen?
Yes, that did.
It happened. He didn't know you.
Oh,
And this is what the her attorneys is saying. The
Oh my
prosecutors are saying.
lordy.
Rehabilitate the liar, huh?
Yeah, they all need to be, don't they? All of them. Wow.
Okay.
Rob's coming home.
Look, Gaddis, that's your witness. What's going on? You don't
I
even believe your own
know.
witness?
They're all the same, aren't they?
Okay, go ahead, John.
Right. Is it me?
Where we at?
I think
No
you're
prior
there,
consistent.
21.
Daddy Lolo, number 21.
What is the prior consistent statement?
January 23rd, 2010. She went to Rob's house. Rob slapped me 3 times, said I lied to him. It's not going to be an open hand next time.
They did. It didn't. Oh,
Really?
Oh my, that is messed up. The old prosecutor trying to recover from the lies.
It didn't go as planned as
let it
they
in, ain't
rehearsed.
it? Ain't it? Make her look
Oh
like a
my
fool.
Lord.
It didn't
She
go as
said
planned as they
basically
rehearsed.
she's been slaughtered. Now she got to help her recover from being slaughtered with the lies.
Oh my Lord. That's
All
so
right.
funny.
Go
And
ahead,
look,
Mr.
Kenneth,
Kenneth.
you being nice. She said, I'm not going to object. Let it in.
Let
Yeah,
it
yeah.
in. Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
I'm showing you the last page. Well, I'll show the witness only. The last page of 3500 JP9. The second to last page. Do you see what is shown on JP9?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to direct your attention to the last entry. You can read those 2 lines, then I'll turn it over to the next page. Can I turn it over?
Yes.
Does looking at those last 2 pages of 3500 JP9 refresh your recollection as to the last date that you saw the defendant at his residence?
Yes.
When was it?
January 23rd.
Of
This is when
2010.
she started crying.
Yes.
Can you please read to the jury your entry for January the 23rd of 2010? Take a moment.
It says, I went to Rob's house and Rob called me a silly bitch.
She was crying.
Rob slapped me 3 times.
Yeah, this when she cried on the stand.
He said if I lie to him again, it's not going to be an open hand next time. He spit in my face
She cried.
and in my mouth.
Hold on. You're supposed to be crying. You got to cry on
Is this why I'm
while
crying?
you're reading this, you got to cry.
Crying.
Oh, it don't say that here, but okay. It says, I went to Rob's house and Rob called me a silly bitch.
Yeah.
Rob slapped me 3 times. And he said,
and after that, she sucked his dick.
if I lie to him again, it's not going to be an open hand next time. He spit in my face and in my mouth, and he slapped me in my face again for the 4th time. He choked me during an argument. I had sex with him. I had oral sex with him, and I became fed up with him and went home and confessed. Can I have a bathroom break?
Yes.
Let's take our afternoon break, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take the witness off first.
Oh, no.
Well, we'll be in recess for 15 minutes. Don't talk about the case at all. See you in a few minutes. All right, the jury leaves the courtroom. Okay.
One thing I want everyone to keep on their radar. Ms. Green will correct me if I'm wrong.
So yeah, this is a
Alternate
sidebar about
number
one of the
3,
jurors.
let me see if I have this. Alternate
It's like
number
it's
3
bad
can't
timing.
start a
She's
new
on this
job
case,
until
but she won't
doesn't start
her
a
job because the
23rd,
case
but
started, and since
she's
she didn't
supposed
start
to
her
start
job,
orientation
she can't get
on the
paid and
23rd and
keep her
won't
job
get paid if she doesn't
while doing
do
her
the
jury duty.
orientation. And if she doesn't get that, she also won't have any benefit. Apparently, her husband doesn't have benefit. There are many layers. I think I told you before there were some issues about picking kids up from school also. But we don't have to decide right now, but talk against yourself and see if you agree to excuse or what day.
Oh, I don't know what just happened. I just got kicked out. I was in the middle.
Everybody got kicked out. You know what? This intermission. Let's play a song. Let's play what's the name song? Intermission time, y'all.
You playing Peter?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the message from Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah. I'm calling on for stay in the faith that your mama left you in with Christ. I'm calling on for my brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all. I'm calling on for you might not even know that your Father in heaven is here. I'm calling on for remember, you said me when you took a look around your life, you saw how you took God out to cry on your knees in your pool of blood. How he showered down on you with God. How he healed you of cancer. How he blessed your family with gifts. How he made your mountain pick up high. This is the message from Peter to Robert, from Nigeria to America, yeah. I'm calling on for. Stay in the faith that your mama left you in with Christ. I'm calling on for. My brother, even though you were thinking you were losing it all, I'm calling on for. You might not even know that your Father in heaven is